Welcome back, friend. So, we just wrapped up a dove hunt right here in my sunflower field. It's actually right behind us. And when I say we, I actually have my friend Flint from Brazen Tree with me. Now, some things you need to know about Flint is he is a Earth Genasi, so he's really good with wild terrains and stuff. So that's actually going to come into really, play when we start going after mountain goats and stuff this fall, and maybe even elk, because we're going to be going on an elk hunt soon. It's getting ready to be a really busy summer. I've actually got a really cool pronghorn antelope hunt planned, and not only am I going to hunt pronghorn while I'm on that hunt, but I'm actually going to do some duck hunting and do some teal hunting. We're going to be going up to Divers Bluff to do that, and then whenever we come back down this way, like it's going to be like a 2-week trip. We're going to do pronghorn and teal up towards Divers Bluff, and then we're going to swing back through Mount Arcana. A lot of really good elk in the area. We saw that, or I saw that, I should say, whenever I was up there for velociraptor hunting. And actually, the weather's starting to cool off just a little bit, especially in the mountains. So those raptors are actually migratory, and they're starting to work their way down. And they eat a lot of the birds and stuff. So like southern bird hunting can get kind of wild because of the raptors. But Flint, you came over from Brazen Tree, made the couple-hour trip over. You got here early this morning, and we set up some decoys. How many decoys did we set up?
We had 10.
We set up about 10 decoys, and we had some pretty good luck right out the gate. Why don't you do some of the talking here?
Well, so Griff, my buddy, he was using a sling at first, but I decided to use the automatic that I used during snow goose hunting, sorry. And he got, how many did you get with the sling?
I ended up getting 2 with the sling, and I felt like I was falling behind, so I wanted to be on the same level as you, so I started using my semi-auto shotgun too. And the manufacturer actually is from the continent of Idrithira. We had to pick these guns up in Brazen Tree, where you're from. A really clever artificer made these, and would highly recommend trying these out. You can definitely find some information out there on them. Highly recommend it. But so you ended up getting like 3 or 4 in the time it took me to get 2, because you were able to fire off your rounds much quicker, and the accuracy with these semi-auto shotguns that this artificer made for us is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, they're really awesome. They can hold 3 bullets in one little container thingy. It just doesn't make sense.
They work really well. So you have 3 in the gun right now, because, or like whenever you're using it. Not right now. We're cooking at the moment. We'll talk about what we're cooking here in a little bit. But you put the 3 in the gun. You put 1 in the chamber and then 2 in the barrel, or so to speak. And then like you shoot 1 from the chamber, and then the next one from the storage spot gets sent up into the gun, and then you fire that one off, and then the next one gets sent in, because it's semi-automatic. And basically what's propelling it to reload itself is the gas that's left over from whenever you shot your first shell, and so then from the second shell it works that way.
Yeah, you can also call it a gas operated gun if you know.
Yes. So it's a lot of fun to shoot. It's an amazing piece of machinery, and so the cool thing about doves, talking about migratory things like we were earlier, doves are migratory. Their main things that they eat over or fly over, and like their main things that they like to eat are sunflowers. That's why I grew this field, and it actually turned out really well this year. And we had quite a few birds this year, whereas last year we didn't have as many birds come here, so we actually had to travel a little bit last year for that. But you know, being a game warden, I'm getting ready to get really busy, so my hunting might actually slow down a little bit, and I might have to be focused more on riffraff than hunting, which would be unfortunate. But maybe if we get enough friends to continue listening to this, maybe hunting just becomes my job.
Yeah. How long have you been a game warden?
Well, the position is relatively new because all these laws that the leaders of the realm decided to put into place to protect our animals that needed protecting is relatively new. So I guess it started a year ago, and I applied right before that 1 year start because of needing to go through the training and everything. So I've been a game warden for this first full year.
Yeah, that's the same for me. How long have you been hunting?
Since I can remember, my family, we hunted all the time. There was Bloodbath, my uncle. He was kind of a rude guy and wanted to try to take over the continent, and that didn't work out too well for him. But most of us, my mom and my dad were peaceful hunters and gatherers, and then they moved here to Voxton. I used to live north of the Mount Arcana Mountains with my orc tribe, but we decided we needed some space, so we came down here to Voxton, and this has worked out really well for me especially. Mom and Dad live right down the street, and yeah, so Voxton has become my home.
Yeah, I've always lived in Braventree. I grew up there, born there. It's kind of been my area.
Well, Mr. De Sanantino, he does a wonderful job of running the continent, and he's so prominent in everything here in the realm in general. He might as well be like the leader of the realm in some ways, because he's charismatic, he's caring, he's just a great leader, and I'm so glad that
Great guy.
So glad that we have him, and it doesn't seem like it's going to stop because he's got a pretty good family.
And his daughter's pretty good too.
Well, I mean, she's getting ready to go to. She's going to be going to school here in a few years over at Mount Arcana because the whole family has gone there. I mean, it's an impressive lineage. So, in a few years she'll be going there. You can't. She's a little kid. Obviously she's a great little kid, but she might turn out well.
Yeah, I actually was put through that school.
Yeah,
to
you
study druidic things.
Makes sense. You definitely would have had to have gone through there being a druid. Well, not necessarily, because some people get schooled outside of there, but I know that they teach a lot of druid stuff. I don't know too much about what goes on inside the place because I've never really been to that kind of school. Definitely just learned to hunt and gather. But that's what makes me so good at being a game warden.
Yeah. So the house I was in was Lifeleaf, and Sir Bertrand was the person that was the household number 3. But,
like a house leader?
Yeah, he led us. Pretty good guy. De Sanantino, I actually learned to deer hunt with him once.
With Sir De Sanantino, like the one that runs Idrithura?
Yeah.
Really?
It was right when I was about to become a game warden, and he heard.
Did he hire you as like a guide?
Yeah, he wanted. I was a guide for a little bit. Yeah.
Cool.
He also wanted to talk about some hunting things, and he was curious how hunting worked, so I kind of told him some things.
Well, it seems like he has a good idea, so I would imagine he's done some hunting prior to that, or even after, or what have you, because the rules that he applied to help better conservation in the realm of Idrothera is quite incredible. I mean, I'm going to have to go do well, I've talked about like going up there for 2 weeks to hunt before I come back home. I'm actually going to get to also be a part of a survey to see how well our duck populations are doing up in the northern parts of the realm, and so that's going to be pretty cool. And then whenever I get back here, it's going to be a couple long hard weeks of policing and whatnot. But I might get to sneak off on a day off here or there to do some hunting, maybe some deer hunting with the bow.
Yeah, I think I might join you in that survey.
Have they talked to you about it yet?
Yeah, they talked to me about it. They're actually one of the first people they asked me about it.
Well, very cool. Maybe we get together and we go do some hunting together again. Because I didn't know that, but we actually kind of need to get our food off the grill, off the fire. It's on a grate, so I guess it's like a grill. But why don't we talk about what we got cooking here? This is a very popular recipe to do with dove meat. So I've got the garden back behind the house. I talked about that a little bit in the last episode. But so you take some cow's milk that's been kind of like aged and cold, but it's soft. It's not like a regular cheese. It's a bit more creamy, I guess is the best way to put it. And you put a little bit of that inside of a cut in half jalapeno. You take out the seeds and stuff, and you put some of that creamy cheese in there, and then you take a dove breast and put that on there, and then you take some bacon from a pig, like some pork bacon, and you wrap that around that pepper, and you put it on the grill, and you let the juices all come together and let the fat render. It's quite tasty, isn't it?
Yeah. Another cool thing is we both reached our limit when we went hunting.
We did get our limits today. It was a wild, fast-paced hunt. We limited out within a couple hours. It was pretty quick.
It was like 4 or 5 hours that we got our limit.
Was it really that long? The time flew by then because it didn't seem like we were out there that long.
I mean, probably like 3-4 hours. 5 was like kind of pushing it, but it went by fast. It was like first, like we got there, shooting like came in like 3 seconds, and then I came in like the first hour.
Well, we're going to get to go out again tomorrow and do some more dove hunting, so we'll get some more doves. We got a few put away. Obviously we're eating quite a few doves because the breast is small, but we're going to eat quite a few of these dove poppers ourselves, and we're going to go out again tomorrow and get some more, and we can make stew and stuff later on in the year with what we get tomorrow. We'll be saving more of them tomorrow, but today we're eating about 10 of them, 5 of mine and 5 of yours. So we each get 10 that we're going to get to keep back for another day. And I'm getting pretty hungry. I think it's about time to pull these off.
Yeah.
All right, friends. Well, we're going to get out of here and talk some more plans for our hunts coming up, and get ready to eat these dove poppers.
Bye.
Have a good one, friend.